What it do, baby?
Yes.
What's up? Welcome back to the No Cap podcast. This is your second official episode. I'm Colin Salao and introducing you to the other three boys in the pod, the three athletes, because obviously I'm not the one. First, live from not yet Japan, Thirdy Ravena. What's up, Thirds?
What's up? How's everyone
So,
doing? Hope y'all doing
so when
good.
you leaving, I see that you practice like twice a day, but still no word on your departure for Japan.
None, but they're just waiting. I'm just waiting for the visa approval, and most likely when they send it to me, I'm up and about.
Gusto ko talaga yung after gusto up and about. Gusto ko talaga yung right after I ask him a real question, tapos mag-change sila agad siya ng they were preparing for the that's how Thirds is. But okay,
Yes, sir.
next, Mr. Anton Asistio of the MPPL Zamboanga Families Brand Sardine. What's up, Anton?
What's up, bro?
How you doing? How you
Okay lang
doing?
ba?
Okay lang naman ako.
Na-feel ko yung ano mo kanina, yung I'm not the one eh. Medyo na
Ay,
ano
bro,
ako dun eh.
since never pa ako nag-varsity ever, so wala. Dahil sa inyo eh. You guys are too good eh. You guys are too good. But,
Sila lang.
Wow.
and the third athlete of the podcast, live from the USA. As you can see, it's early morning, dusk, dawn, whatever you want to call it. Marc Salandanan. What's up, Marc?
Good morning. It's kind
Good
of
morning. How is it there?
It's morning.
It's kind of a good morning.
It's morning.
So,
It's early.
to all the
Nakikita nyo
listeners
naman.
and viewers, we've tried to shoot a pod a couple of times over the last week, and Mark's been waking up at 4, 5 a.m. only for us to tell him that di siya matutuloy. So he's happy.
What you call
He's happy.
commitment.
He's happy right now. Okay, so guys, before we start, a little bit of housekeeping on my part. So allow me. So to the listeners out there, please remember to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at nocap.ph. Not only do we drop the pods there, but we also give you highlights of the pods if you want to check shorter versions out, or we update you on guests like the guest that we're going to have today, another very special guest for you guys. But also, if you want to watch the full videos or listen to the full podcast, we got it on Spotify and YouTube at No Cap. So go check it out there. No cap.
Yeah.
And one last thing for you guys, leave down in the comments, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook, who you guys might want to see us guest. We don't want to just stick to basketball here. So I can see that face 30. I think you know who you might want to be guesting on this pod. But
I know.
but leave us a comment on who you guys want to see. Again, we don't want to stick to just basketball. But of course, today we're delving into basketball, but out of Ateneo with our first guest. As you can see already in the title, his name is Kib Montalbo, the Man of Steel. But before I bring him in, I'm going to ask Ton. So Anton, this guy is a two-time UAAP champion. He beat you guys. He beat you guys before season 79 ba yun?
Yeah.
He's also a former team captain of LaSalle. Pero Ton, why will parang obviously he's not from Ateneo, and then the first person you're gonna get is from LaSalle. But si Kib yung parang naisip mo na let's bring in a non-Atenean?
Well, una-una for me, I wanted to bring him in kasi nga, he's a two-time champ. So, can't take that away from him. And the other thing is, he's from the province. So, maybe I'm sure other people will be able to relate to him and hopefully get inspired by his story na, kahit nagaling ka sa probinsya, anything is possible.
Si Kib, galing sa probinsya pero mas big time pa sa atin yan.
Patay tayo dyan.
We're gonna
pro
Sana bro, sana.
Pro na. We're gonna touch into Kib as a what you call this, man from the province from Bacolod as we go along. But now, yeah, let's bring him in officially. What's up, Mr. Man of Steel, Kib Montalbo? Welcome to the No Cap podcast.
Standing
What's
in the
up,
green.
guys?
What's up? So
What's
before
up?
anything, right before we shot this, you told us that you're, by yourself in your condo. So right now you're in Manila, not back in Bacolod.
Yes. I'm currently in TAF right now.
Ooh, tough
So-
boy talaga.
So, COVID, nasa stuck ka lang dyan. So, ano ginagawa mo araw-araw?
Actually,
Obvious ba?
enrolled ako sa enrolled ako sa classes. Online classes.
Tinatapos
so,
mo yung or
Oo,
masters. Finishing
tinatapos
your
ko.
units. Okay.
Kasi
Solid.
late shifty ako eh. Third year nag-shift ako to business.
Yeah.
So
At least
late.
you found the time na tapusin mo pa rin yan kahit hindi ka na
Oo.
naglalaro sa Lasal. That's very good.
Actually, sakto
Eh.
nga yung COVID para sa akin kasi more units nakuha ko.
Solid.
yeah.
Bakit
So,
pa sakto?
Kasi
Bakit
pag
nasakit?
kasi pag normal kung walang COVID ngayon like isang class lang ako unlike now na parang 6 classes.
Sarap.
Grabe yung sipag talaga on and off the court.
Sarap mag-aral.
Yan ang
My God.
athlete.
Sarap
Student
mag-aaral
athlete.
eh.
My God,
Student athlete talaga.
Your role.
Naman nagsasabi na hindi sila nag-aaral. Look at this. Spending his time the right way. See?
6
I
classes,
believe.
bro.
I
So
believe.
you know, streamer pa yan. Streamer pa
Wala
siya.
na
Streamer.
tumigil na ako, wala na oras.
Ayaw mo
Wala
bang
nang
i-plug?
oras.
Ayaw mo bang i-plug yung streaming mo dito?
Sige, pwede.
Sige.
Yun.
Anong pangalan?
Neck.
Si Nek.
Professor Nek.
Okay, so let's move along though real quick. I want to talk first before we go into your basketball career, your life. Let's start with your name. Sa totoo lang. So nice, you can see it on the screen, Kib Montalbo. But his real name, tell me if I'm pronouncing this correctly, is Kirel Brandon with the H sa Brandon. Diba?
Yep.
And I read na it actually came from an NBA player, Terrell Brandon, from two-time
Yes.
NBA All-Star. So,
Yes.
can you kind of talk about that? Kasi I've heard people, named LeBron. You hear people named like Michael Jordan. But why Terrell Brandon yung pinili ng dad mo for you?
Actually, di ko alam ba't niya pinili yung Tyrell Brandon eh. Siguro kasi sa point guard din and lagi nanonood papa ko like to NBA games, mga vintage. Di ba alam mo yung parang mga ano pa yan dati, VHS. So, nag-rent talaga siya noon to watch the NBA games. So, baka na-idolize niya si Tyrell Brandon. Kaya pinangalan. Actually,
Siguro nga.
brother ko si Clyde Drexler. K, pinalitan yung to K and B. So,
Gusto
KB
ko yun.
kami lahat.
Pero parang short end of the stick ka, man. Siya, Hall of Famer. Ikaw, two-time All-Star na nag-Cavaliers.
Role player.
Role
Okay na
player.
yan.
Okay, so we'll go into the meat of this pod with you, Kib. But before we do, just a quick reminder. Do you remember the title of this podcast? Would you remember?
The title?
The name of the pod.
No
Can't
cap.
remember,
Sabi nga,
No cap.
sabi nga nila
Ayun.
sa Bacolod, the title.
The title. Pero tama talaga yan. Ganun kami magsalita sa province. Like, tricycle.
Yun yung accent.
Sa Iloilo,
Oo.
ganun.
Tatawanan ko dun pag tricycle, mga ganyan.
But
Hindi pala
we're
nagbago
respectful
si
of people from the province here. Grabe naman kayo, man. May mga nakikinig dito.
Naman.
That's
Hindi
what
pala
we're gonna try to
naglolo si
inspire.
SG. Tawag ng tricycle.
But going back to that, Kib, again, like you said, no cap. So that means we want to ask you, we're going to be asking you questions, and we hope that you tell it to us, you answer us straight up with no cap as much as possible. And we'll start with kind of, again, going back to your Bacolod roots and talking about your young formative years. So, Anton, take it away.
Okay, Kib. So, nag-start ka sa Bacolod. Can you talk to us about that? Like, paano mo ba nahiligan mag-basketball? Like, at first ba, basketball na agad yung gusto mong gawin? Or were you doing something else? Or tapos anong sang school ka ba sa Bacolod? Sa Taytong?
Taytong and St.
Taytong,
John's.
Yeah, so can you talk to us about that? Parang kamusta naman yung experience mo dun?
Nung nag-start ako, actually, I was a swimmer. Then, pinapanood ko lagi papa ko during his club days. parang yung ano lang, pang papawis. So, nanood ako lagi sa kanya. So, doon ko na-develop yung love for basketball and introduced din ako sa NBA Live pa noon that time sa PC. So, doon talaga na ako nagkahilig sa basketball. Then from there, actually, nag-Milo ako noon eh. Doon ako na-develop yung dribbling skills ko. Tapos, doon, I saw myself na nag-excel sa basketball. Pero dati parang laro-laro lang talaga eh. Nagkalaban pa nga kami ni Thirdy sa ano eh,
Yeah,
Nationals.
actually. Fun fact.
Grade 6.
Ano year yun?
Grade 6 ata tayo.
2007? Was it
SBP?
2007?
SBP?
Oh,
Nationals.
SVP. Sila Matt,
Kahit
Mike,
nung
Aaron,
kami nila
lahat.
Matt.
Oh.
So,
Ano-
kumusta
ano-
naman yung game na yun?
Basta yung game na yun.
Wala. Gumawa si Kib, sigurado. Yun ang...
Malayo. Bro, sabihin ko sa inyo, malayo si Thirdy. As in,
Malayo.
ay, di mo makita si Thirdy ngayon na ganun siya maglaro.
Bakit? Dahil sa buhok ba yun?
Talaga? Di ba, Thirds? Layo talaga.
Sobrang grabe. Lalo na grade school days ka, sobrang olat ka mag-basketball, bro.
Yeah,
So,
you know,
talagang-
batchmates tayo. I remember those days na
Wow.
kami mga batchmates mo
Wow.
Kami parang we were talking about like,
Last-
yo, is Thirdy gonna make the juniors team? so yeah, but
Yeah.
tama naman yung sinasabi ni Kib, parang hindi mo makita, but man, props. But anyway,
But,
back to
Anyway,
Kib.
so,
Yeah,
we ano ba?
Go.
Tapos ka na ba?
Go lang,
bro.
Kib, if you have
Go lang.
anything to say.
Yeah.
Cut
Okay na ako dun. Pwede na yun.
Okay, sige.
Sige.
Okay, anyway, next question. So, did no one really recruit you to play sa UAAP High School or sa NCA? Kasi 'di ba doon ka
Yeah.
nagtapos?
Yeah. Actually, nung elementary, kinukuha ko ng Chiang Kai-shek and mga Chinese schools dito sa Manila as well as LSGH. Tapos, Sacred Heart din sa Cebu. Then, may yung ano kasi ng papa ko, at saka yung coach ko, si Coach Dexter. So, actually, tandem sila dalawa. Like, they know na daming re-recruit sa akin. Pero they told me na parang ito yung quote na sinasabi ng coach ko, na be a big fish in a small pond rather than a big fish in a big pond. Kasi malaki yung Manila, big pond yung Manila eh. So, there are lots of big fishes there. So, my coach preferred and my dad preferred me na ako yung big fish. Ako lang mag-isang big fish sa Bacolod. So, everybody looked at me there. So, kaya akong parang top recruit kasi yun yung na-apply nila na diskarte sa recruitment.
And makikita mo naman kung ano yung diskarte mo kasi ang daming coaches, na alam ko yan, na pumupunta mismo sa Bacolod just to watch Kib play.
Yeah, actually,
Para i-recruit siya. So, kilala ko yung mga coaches na yun. Kaya alam ko sa...
Okay, so
Solid.
with your knowledge now, do you think you would have wanted to transfer early as possible? Or okay lang, kunyari, if you were given another chance, gagawin mo lang din ulit yun? Knowing what you know now.
I think I gotta stick with my dad's plan. Kasi hindi ko alam, baka kung transfer ako early, baka kung ano-ano pinagagawa ko. Kasi sa Bacolod, strict yung parents ko eh. Like, hindi ako lumalabas talaga. Like, may curfew ako. Like, kahit party, kahit close ko na friend, 9 p.m. Kailangan ko na mauwi kahit weekend. High school na ako noon Like, graduating high school, pero bawal pa rin ako lumabas. So, siguro yun yung discipline na nagbigay sa akin ng chance to be in Manila.
Tama. Crucial yung mga sacrifice na yun.
Yep. Ngayon ko nga lang nakita eh.
Sa college mo na naintindihan no?
Pero dati sinasabi ko, Papa, ba't ayaw? Kahit nga liging labas lang eh. Kasi baka ma-injured ako. Pero tsaka alaga sa akin. So, sabi ko, ba't bawal ako lahat? Bawal ganito. So, grabe yung discipline back then. Yeah.
Okay, so after nun, syempre magka-college ka na, 'di ba? And obviously, you went to DLSU. Pero ang alam ko is you're actually supposed to go to Ateneo. So ano ba yung story behind that? Ano yung bakit biglang lumipat ka sa other side?
Actually, yeah. Tama yun. Nag-training ako sa Ateneo for 2 months. Diyan pa ako nakatira sa bahay ni Thirdy eh.
He was actually
Pero,
staying here.
yeah, 2 months yun. Actually, number one talagang naghumahabol sa akin nun sa Ateneo. Actually, Coach Norman went there parang mga twice or thrice ata sa Bacolod to recruit me. Tapos, yeah. Actually, nag-coaching change eh. To Coach Bo.
Ay, oo, tama.
So, yeah. So, after that, yeah, I made the decision na sa lasalle ako.
Okay, before we talk about the Coach Bo thing,
Ba't ka tumatawa, Thirds?
before we talk about the
Anton,
coaching
ba't ako,
thing,
si Anton din, si Anton.
May-
May cap? May cap ba? May cap?
may cap.
Hindi,
Si
hindi
Anton,
cap, hindi.
memorable ba yan sa Anton? Hindi. I mean,
Siyempre.
talk about that. Actually, ako may tanong ako. Ano nangyari you stayed in Thirdy's house? Paano yun nangyari? Paano ka like, why did you stay in Thirdy's house for a few weeks of all places?
Kasi back then nung nag-dorm ako, 'di ba? So parang homesick ako lagi doon. Tapos bigla nag-offer ata kay Thirds, 'di ba? Na magstay ako doon.
Manong.
Yeah, so nag-offer siya na magstay ako doon. So sabi ko, sige, kasi Ilonggo naman sila, Tito Bong and Tita Mozi. They can understand Ilonggo. So parang I felt home there. Kasi first time ko yun na away from my family. So
Mahirap
sila
talaga yun, for
nagpa-feel
sure.
home. Sila nagpa-feel home sa akin noon.
Grabe talaga yung mga Ravena.
Grabe talaga recruitment ni na
alagang
Thirdy.
yung ayoko lang doon yung mga aso eh.
Marami-raming
Ay, part
aso
of the
yun.
family yun.
Kasama yun.
Hindi ko kaya aso.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kib Montalbo, Man of Steel, pero takot sa aso. Let's put that headline.
Di ako nahihiya dyan. Di ako nahihiya. Kahit bahay namin sa sariling aso namin sa bahay, takot ako.
Aso lang pala katapat nito eh.
But okay, moving along on that, Kib. So, would you say na that was the big reason kung ba't ka napapunta sa Lasal? Parang the coaching change talaga, parang it changed everything for you?
Yeah, kinda, yeah. I don't want to go to the details of it, pero yeah, I can say that that led me to going to Lasal.
But in terms of sige, we don't have to go like too deep into the details naman of it. Pero
Yeah.
Lasal then was already kind of courting you then, even though you were kind of almost committed na to Ateneo.
Oh yeah, actually kasi yung school ko parang Ateneo, parang related ata sa Ateneo or something, or I don't know, or dahil blue lang siguro. Pero ayoko talaga sa Lasal dati. Gusto ko talaga mag-Ateneo noon. Lalo na may mga t-shirt. May jersey nga ako ng Ateneo eh. Tapos may mga 5 feet pa ako na t-shirt noon eh. So Ateneo talaga ako. Pero yeah, I made the decision kasi that time din sa Lasal, walang point guard since wala na si Mac Talio. So it was just L.A. Revilla and Thomas Torres. Thomas Torres. Si Almond dos that time.
Sa bagay.
Oh, so yun yung sabi ko, maka-chance ako na ma-line up dito. Yun yung goal ko actually, na ma-line up. Kasi dream ko lang naman talaga dati na maglaro talaga. Totoong dream ko talaga na maglaro lang sa may drum na arena. So, yun, napasok ko sa Lasal, then the rest is history.
Solid.
Mag-away kayo ni Tab Baldwin dyan sa drums na yan.
Buti na nga, hindi naabutan. Well, yun nga. From Lasal ka, diba? Unfortunately, after nun, lumipat ka sa Lasal. Dapat Ateneo ka na. Pero lumipat ka sa Lasal nun, diba? Tapos, nung rookie year mo, noong 2013, nanalo ka kaagad ng championship. Kasama mo si Kuya L.A. Revilla, tapos sila Kuya Almond Bosotros, tapos sila yung mga senior mo and sila yung, kumbaga, leaders niya sa team.
Yep.
And gusto ko lang malaman kung paano yung experience mo, ano yung naramdaman mo nung kasama sila and they were taking you under their wing.
Nung time na yun na rookie ako, raw prospect. My strength was just speed. And hindi naman skillful, pero I just know how to play. Yun lang talaga yung But I consider myself kung mag-try out ako ngayon, like, hindi ko kukunin sarili ko. But then, laking tulong yung mga vet sa akin kasi every time I commit a mistake, every time na alam nila na nahihirapan ako, andyan sila lagi na, uy, Kib, ito dapat gawin. Alam mo yung hindi ka nila dinadown. So, yung time na yun kasi in 2013, most of them are seniors eh. Oda Tampos, De La Paz, Vanopsal, halos lahat sila like third year to fifth year na. Like kami lang nila Bolik, yung mga rookies, and Perkins and Salem. So basically, there's no like second year guys. Pero yung mga second year guys, nun sila Jeron and Thomas na eh.
Yeah.
So yeah, they helped me a lot. Siyempre, nag-struggle ako lagi sa practice, adjust sa physicality ng game. But my seniors were there to help me grow. And I think that was a big factor sa career ko kasi dami ko natutunan sa kanila at a young age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
yun
Kib,
nga. Okay, go ahead, Colin. Go ahead, Colin. I'm just
so
gonna ask
Kib,
another
I was gonna
question.
ask you kasi, you know, you come from, again, Bacolod, and you talked about yung sinabi mo na parang big fish in a small pond ka doon. Tapos pagdating mo dito, and I think I read somewhere na in Bacolod, you were averaging like 35 points, something like that, super scorer, everything. And then you mentioned here na parang you feel like your skills weren't there yet pagdating mo sa Lasal. So, parang going back to that lang, parang ano yung feeling nun na parang before ikaw yung guy, ikaw yung pinamagaling, and then to come into college na parang you're not the guy at all, yun nga, raw ka nga. What was the difference, the adjustment you had to make to there?
It was hard. Sobrang hirap nung time na yun. Like, I was crying na parang feel ko di na ako marunong. Parang tuloy ko pa ba to? Like, gusto ko na lang umuwi. Tapos, then, tinawagan ko papa noon, nag-usap kami noon. Like, sabi ko, hirapan na ata ako noon. Tapos, he told me na maghanap ka ng paraan. Like, ano ba yung kulang ng team? And that time, puro skilled offensive players halos lahat and walang depensa. So sabi ko, sige, depensa nga ako. So, yun. Actually, may ano na ako nun eh. Okay yung reading skills ko nun, yung anticipation ko sa steals. Pero ayoko lang talaga magdepensa kasi scorer nga ako sa Bacolod nun. So, I didn't need to play defense. Tapos pagdating sa Manila, like, it's a whole new game. Kasi, ever since na bata ako, like, na train siguro yung mind ko na to be a winner sa lahat ng kahit ano pa yan, kahit mga PS4 lang, kahit anong game lang yan. Gusto ko talaga manalo. So kahit nun, kahit di ako napapasahan ng bola, like I always find a way to help the team win. Like kung mga asar lang dyan, magbangga-bangga. Like kung ano yung pwede matulong ko sa team na manalo. Kahit di ako makatanggap ng bola, okay lang sa akin. Basta manalo. 0 points doesn't mean, okay lang yung 0 points basta panalo.
Oh, Mang Asar, I think
nun.
as an Ateneo fan, naramdaman ko yung pang-aasar mo sa team namin.
Ako din.
Player, bro.
Pamil ko
As a
din
player.
yun.
Even as a player, Colin.
But we're gonna go into that. Pero yun nun actually, Kib, like to see someone who was, you know, a beast basically dun sa pinanggagalingan niya, tas to have to adjust. I think na a lot of people who might be listening na same yung magiging experience can really pick up from that. So Thirds, you had a question for Kib.
Yeah. Yun nga, speaking of struggles, he was able to overcome a struggle nga of finding a niche dun sa team. By playing defense, he was able to get more minutes and he became more confident. Pero some of you guys may know, Kib tore his ACL sa Lasal din. And it's another struggle for him. So, Kib, ano na naman yung naramdaman mo na may panibago na namang obstacle na napunta sa'yo? And paano mo siya na-overcome?
My mind, kasi that time, di ba, 2015, kasi big pa yung ACL nun eh. Compared to sa time ngayon na, like ACL parang okay na lang ngayon, normal na. Pero that time parang, hindi naman sa normal, pero like, unlike sa Achilles talaga, very common injuries na for players. Unlike dati na pag sinabi mo ACL, like, uy, may chance ka na wala ka na talaga. Like, masisira ng career mo. So, yun yung pupasok sa isip ko nung nangyari yung injury, like, nasa dugout pa ako. Tapos, sa dugout pa lang, actually, sinabi ko, ano ba nangyari? So, pero at the back of my mind, alam ko na parang ACL kasi hindi ko nararamdaman yung toes ko nun eh. As in, numb talaga. So, alam ko may problema. So, sabi ko nun na kahit ano man mangyari, ready ako sa surgery, tas babalik talaga ako kahit ano mangyari. So, after nun, nag-therapy ako parang 7 hours ata. per day.
Wow.
Yep.
Grabe yun. And
Just to cope
sa mga
everything up na mapabilis ko siya.
sa mga viewers natin, therapy
Bro,
for ACL is not easy. Hindi pa ako naka-ACL na kunwod. Sana never mangyari yun sa career ko. Pero grabe yung therapy na ginagawa just for the ACL.
Crazy.
Nakita ko yung mga patients umiiyak talaga
Crazy.
pag nasa Moro ako.
Hassle.
So, grabe yun. Props to you, Kib. Sa 7 hours mo siyang ginagawa every day.
As in, bro, like, as in mga 2 to 3 hours or basta tagal talaga, like bending lang ng knee ko kasi sobrang tigas ng sobrang tigas. As in, hinawakan ako ng PT tas ginaganon yung tuhod ko para mag-bend. Sobrang tigas. Masakit, bro.
Sakit.
Kaya from there, Kib, when mo na-realize na parang I can get back to normal pala? Kasi diba you said na natakot ka na baka mawala nga. At what point, siguro in your playing career, did you say na, alam mo, kaya pa pala?
Kasi parang kinausap ko sarili ko noon na parang if I want to go back, dapat di ako takot. Kasi what's the use na nag-therapy ako for all these months tapos when I come in, like matatakot lang naman ako kung gagawin ko. So right then and there, after my first game kalaban, basta sa TIP na league yun, first move ko talaga fast break, spin move agad ako. As in, off a fast break. So, nakuha ko, as in, I made the basket, sabi ko, okay na ako.
Na-testing na agad.
Na-testing ko na kagad. Kasi yun talaga, kasi mindset kasi ng once may ACL ka na, yung iba takot na eh.
Yes, definitely.
Takot na yung mga gawin na ganito. Pag titingnan mo, mahilig ako umikot eh. So, yung tuhod ko lagi, ikot lang ng, as in, weird talaga yung tuhod ko. So, hindi ko talaga siya, like, kasi dami nagsasabi nun na wag ganito, wag ganyan. Pero, nag-explore pa rin ako lagi sa basketball. Like, I wanna do this, I wanna do that.
That's cool.
Yeah. So as you can see, grabe yung confidence at yung lakas ng loob ni Kib para lang gawin yon first move. So, ikaw Mark, may gusto bang itanong kay Kib about his confidence?
Speaking of his confidence, 'di ba? Kasi parang like what Colin said, parang marami nang aasar na Ateneo fans. So we all see na Kib, you're such a confident player, parang sobrang kumpiyansa ka sa sarili mo, and then you're so emotional on the court. But then I heard a good question kasi that JJ Redick asked Patrick Beverly. Kasi parang pareho kayong confident. But with your confidence, do you ever have self-doubt in yourself?
Actually, speaking of that one, like, tama, very good question. Never ko pa nasagot ata to eh. Pero yeah, I had self-doubts actually, especially kung wala masyadong laro na like kine-question mo sarili mo like, kaya ko pa ba sila? Like, nakikita mo sa mga Instagram na like they're putting on stories like, damn, grabe yung athletic, parang grabe na yung mga skills nila. So, andun talaga pumapasok sa isip ko. Tapos, if you see pag paano sila mag-weights, as in, ang bibigat talaga.
Mm-hmm.
Pero, at the end of the day, when you're inside the court, bilog yung bola. Kahit gaano ka pa makalakas, like, I'll give you my all na babanggain kita. Like, gagawa ako ng paraan to win and to, yun, parang hustle. Pero back to your question again, yeah, nagka-self-doubt talaga ako. Pero I always, yung counter mo dyan is hard work lang eh. Like, the only counter mo is effort with that one. To prove everybody else. Yun na narinig ko kay Lillard eh. Sa ano nga yun, may coach siya nun na parang if you want to play in front of thousands, like you need to outwork everyone when no one's watching. Yun yung pinakamahirap actually. Na walang nanonood tapos ikaw lang nag-workout. Hanga ako kay Thirdy. Grabe ibang klase yung workout mo, bro.
On a mission yan, on a mission.
Kalokohan yung 6 a.m.
On a mission yan. 2 times a day.
Kailangan.
Go for NBA thirds. Kayang-kaya pa.
Nako, hindi. Gusto ko lang mag-basketball, yun lang. Wala pa tayong NBA. Pero tingnan natin.
You heard it here first. That's support.
So for you, Kib, so yun nga, parang you've always had self-doubt. So ang sinasabi mo lang hard work, but do you have like anything else that motivates you or wala, hard work lang talaga?
I want to make my family proud since their mga sacrifices nila, especially my dad and mom na si Papa pupunta dito every game, tapos iniiwan niya si Mama doon with our business. So, like, sa ganun na paraan, like I can see their support sa akin na kahit busy sila, kahit alam nila na mahirapan sila na iwanan yung business, but still they would support. Alam ko si mama ko gustong-gusto pumunta sa mga draft ko, championship games. Ako pa nga nagsasabi like, "Ma, manood ka naman ng last game ko sa UAP." Pero alam ko na super busy sa business and she has to sacrifice that. So, as a way to give back to them sa effort, like I need to perform inside the court para makita nila ako naglalaro.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gets.
Tama.
Alright.
Oh, well, Kib, ako, may mga tanong ako about your college career. Honestly, sa totoo lang, ngayon lang tayo nag-meet, pero hindi kita talaga gusto before nung fan sa totoo lang
Naintindihan ko yan, bro. I expect that.
No, but I mean, that's why I like this also kasi kapag nakikilala ko yung mga athletes, parang naging human talaga sila for me, 'di ba? I think that's what's important naman. Pero anyway, going back to you in college, parang you mentioned being able to play defense. Can you talk about parang how you fit into the Mayhem system? Was that beneficial for you, or do you think na parang you were perfect for it, or I don't know, parang what do you feel about you personally in your style of play and what you learned dun sa Mayhem mismo?
Okay, I see. So coming to that season, comeback season ko yun. So, parang tapos kakapasok lang ni Coach Alden. So, I started from square one talaga. Like, I need to prove myself in practice. So, kahit sa mga simple drills na takbuhan, like, I gotta win this para makita ni Coach na ako pinakamabilis. Kasi, at the end of the day, yung teammates mo, competition mo rin yan eh. So, I need to show to Coach na, Coach, you gotta play me instead of him. Kasi mas nakaka-depensa ako. Parang mga ganun, yun yung mga motivation ko, like, I gotta show it in practice eh. Like, I gotta prove myself, lalo na bago si Coach Alden. So, hindi kanya kilala, wala siyang alam about you. Actually, sa Lasal, 4 coaches ako. So, halos every year, I need to prove myself kahit
Grabe.
senior ako eh.
Oo.
So, you always need to prove yourself. Paano ko nag-fit sa system? Sakto lang din ako na si Aljon, mahilig mag-pressure, grabe mag-pressure. Tapos, ako yung parang second line na nag-anticipate lang lagi. So, siguro kung wala si Aljon or si Thomas, ako dun. Pero since andun sila, like ako na yung nag-anticipate. So, ako yung 2 guard. Tapos si Jeron yung 3. Tapos palit-palit na lang. Siguro I fit in the system kasi scorers lahat. Jeron was there, Ben was there, tapos off the bench Andre, Aljon. So yung butas ko is walang may magdedepensa. Or lalo na sa system ni Coach Alden na lagi niya sinasabi yung ano niya talaga, yung main parang system niya is defense.
Yes.
So doon ko yung nakuha na I gotta play defense.
Yes. And to add to that, kaming mga players, alam ni Anton yan, and not just for Ateneo, si Kib, yan ang pinaka nakakainis. Yan yung talagang ayaw mo kasama sa court. Na pag nakikita mo siya na sinub na, alam mo nang putya. Alam mo, hindi ka pwedeng yung re-relax lang dyan. Makikita mo si Kib, may nakaabang na dyan. Nakaamoy na ng dugo yan. So, Kib really made a huge difference when it comes to the game. Not even just by scoring, but just by playing defense.
That, bro.
And his presence really was felt by all the players inside the court.
Grabe yun, no? Yung Mayhem year.
Grabe yun. I will not forget that year.
Kumbaga yung feeling mo sobrang uneasy,
diba?
To be honest. Especially yung season 79, parang parang gumaganon yung legs mo pag nasa loob ka ng court na parang nakupok na dyan na sila.
Half court nun.
Oo, grabe yun. Na parang, alam mo talaga grabe yung feeling emotionally na nakaka-bother siya. Na may nakaabang na sila dyan, parang sharks na nakaamoy ng dugo eh.
Naalala ko
talaga actually,
Naalala ko yung first game natin against them sa
End the run.
Oh my goodness. And yun yung first, I think that was our first tune-up game ata. So nung time na yun, medyo nag-experiment pa si Coach Tab. Pinag-point guard ako, hindi pa ako masyadong confident sa pagbaba ng bola. Grabe. Nagka-nightmares ako, isang buong linggo ata, nakikita ko si Kib, si Melesio, si Thomas Torres. Grabe.
Grabe yun.
Ilang turnovers ka Anton?
I think I had like 6 or 7. Terrible.
Kaya, hang ako nun sa system ni Coach Alden kasi parang few months pa lang nandyan siya sa team pero like alam na namin ng mga players kung ano yung gusto niya mangyari on the defensive end. So, grabe rin na training yun. Actually, twice a day din
4:30
kami.
AM kayo na, no?
5:30.
5:30 AM practice.
Oo. Sinunod din yan ni Coach Tab eh. Ganyan din si Coach Tab, di ba? Sa inyo?
Hindi nagpapa-5 si Coach Tab.
Hindi naman.
Hindi nagpapa-5. Pero mga 9 o'clock.
5:30 or 6.
Pati siya
Grabe
tulog
din.
pa eh.
Dahil lang, so sa Lasal, yung time na yon 2 times a day practice kayo? 5:30 AM yung isa?
Nung pagpasok ni Coach Alden, 5:30 or 6 nag-jogging kami. Tapos when we after jogging, parang may shooting pa till 9 AM. Tapos training sa gabi, mga 5. Sa system niya naman.
Wow.
Chupa, grabe yung conditioning namin nun. Kasi yun talaga yung purpose niya eh. Parang suffocating defense. So, in order to do that, kailangan sobrang in shape talaga kayo lahat.
Actually, sinasabi ko nga sa mga to nung isang araw, nag-workout lang ako tapos parang di na ako maka kahit anong productive thing. Paano yung ginagawa yun?
Iba yung mayhem na yun kasi at that time, di ba, thirds, hindi pa masyado yung bump na introduce sa UAAP.
Oo.
Wala pang masyadong bangga. So, lahat kayo syempre magugulat na dapat, foul to ah.
Yung bump, tapos yung may nanggugulo dun sa inbounder, yung nakatalikod, tapos biglang haharap. Diba yung mga ganong klaseng basketball?
Yung una nga parang weird to ah. Tapos nagugulat ako na nag-work. Grabe nag-work.
Okay,
turnovers.
So, Kib, actually, you just talked about your championship season and obviously you beat these two of these boys during that year. So, yung tanong ko talaga as a fan, and actually gusto kong sabihin mo straight up sa kanila kung totoo. Before season 79, after yung mga preseason games and all, kala nyo ba panalo na kayo?
Yeah, actually. Before season 79?
Before mag-start.
Nung fill oil pa lang, ang champion?
Pagpasok ng season.
Pagpasok ng season.
Actually, oo. Gulat. Kasi sabi ko, putang lakas namin.
Pati siya nagulat.
Talaga, sabi ko, tapos wala pa si ano nun eh. Ano na ba si Jason nun? Perkins? As in, parang wala pa si Jason Perkins nun tsaka si Sargent nun eh. Nung nag-fill oil kami kasi nagdilig sila. Tapos bigla pa sila pumasok ulit. Sabi ko, ba't ganit? Ba't ang bigla naglakas? Ba't bigla lumakas? Tapos sakto na wala sila Kiefer nun. Yeah, pero hindi naman sa pagmayabang. We were confident nun. Super confident, actually.
Okay lang, dude.
May karapatan naman.
Kaya nga natalo kami nun sa last game eh. Sa yung pang sweep dapat.
Yung pang sweep against these guys.
Oo. Sobrang kumpiyansa namin dun.
Kaya nga nung natalo namin sila nung pang 14th game, grabe, sobrang nag-celebrate kami. Hindi alam ng mga tao nun, pero lumabas kami. As in, pumunta kami sa Makati, sa poblasyon, tapos talagang party kami. As in, yung team. Sorry, Coach Tab, wala to narinig, pero nag-celebrate talaga kami nun.
Yun na yung championship.
Yung happiness namin.
Para tayo nag-champion talaga.
Grabe yung feeling na yun.
Kasi ilang years din yun, di ba? Parang di nga tayo makadikit eh. Laging massacre tayo sa kanila eh.
Pero pare, no offense, gulat talaga kami ng finals na yun tapos second round. Kasi match-up wise, kay Ben pa lang, lugi na eh.
Oo.
Benny.
Iba talaga si Ben noon that time. Kaya
Ano ba
nung
yung Ben?
natalo kami noon, like nagising kami like, uy. Pero actually, napaganda nga sa amin yung talo na yun. Kasi na-realize namin, uy, ano kayo, hindi kayo parang matatalo din kayo. So doon nagising kami, like grabe yung training namin. So kung di na kami siguro tinalo nun, baka natalo pa kami sa finals.
Mali pala
Mali,
diskarte
Mali,
natin.
diskarte
Mali
natin.
sabi ko sa'yo eh.
Nalo ko.
Sabi natin, bigyan na natin sila lahat ng kumpiyansa para surprise
As in,
na sa finals.
sobrang saya
Dapat
ko.
magpatalo na lang tayo.
Ako mismo, sobrang saya ko nun, bro. Sobrang saya ko nun natalo kami nun. Kasi nakikita ko sa mga teammates ko, sobrang kumpiyansa na sila eh. Like, mag-champion na talaga.
Kumbaga ganun yung mga
Pero,
talo na kailangan ng ibang teams. Yung mga sobrang
Oo.
lakas talaga na teams.
na
Mga
ma-realize
wake
na,
up call.
Wake up call, yeah.
Okay, so I said last pero may isa pa pala akong dagdag just to kind of cap it off this no cap. For you now, you're waiting on the PBA season, no? I read somewhere na parang right now kahit bangko ka lang, okay lang sa'yo. So totoo ba 'yon or parang what do you mean, what are you expecting sa PBA for yourself?
Oh, that's just my mentality nun na parang kahit ano yung role na ibibigay sa akin ni coach, I'm ready. Kung ibabangko niya man ako, I'm just waiting for my time. You know, parang may kanya-kanyang time tayo eh. And for sure, bibigyan tayo ng opportunities ng mga coach. And he knows, alam niya yan na kung kailan yung right opportunity to play me or to put me in. And once he places me in, I just gotta make sure that I'm ready. Pero yung mindset ko talaga nun, nung sinabi ko yun, like, kahit nasa bangko lang ako, like, cheer pa rin ako sa inyo na all out, na gusto ko talaga manalo. Like, kahit nasa bench na ako, ma-feel niyo ako na gusto ko manalo. So, it's just that me play. Hindi lang siya na naglalaro ako eh. Like, on the bench ako mismo, like, you can feel my energy na gusto ko talaga manalo, pare. Like, ipupush talaga kita. Like, come on, you gotta give your best. Parang ganun. So, yeah, on and off the court.
Yeah.
So halata naman.
That's just an epitome of the kind of winner that Kib is. Tulad nga nung nangyari sa kanya sa first year niya sa Lasal. He was struggling but he found a way na makatulong siya sa team, which is defense, and now he's trying to find this way. But definitely Kib is working really hard. I've practiced with him
Let's
in
go.
talk and text, and he's just waiting for his time. So all the best, Kib. Kayang-kaya mo yan, brother.
Thank you, bro. Paghirapan natin.
Eto na.
Honestly, man, I think if you were
Colin.
in Ateneo, magiging fan ako. You're kind of that player na parang you love him if he's on your team. And I think na sa PBA parang magiging ganun ka naman. I think you're gonna find your niche there, man.
So anyways, Kib, so now we know like more about you, tapos like your struggles and everything, which is what we really want to know para ma-inspire yung next generation or whoever gets inspired by your story. So ngayon, Kib, may segment kami for every guest para at least medyo light yung conversation. Ang tawag namin dito, fast talk. Pero dito, so syempre, no cap pa rin. You can't, walang cooking. You have to answer it.
Yeah.
You know? So yun. So,
Yeah.
Colin will start. Medyo
Alright.
solid yung mga tanong.
Okay, so only got 10 questions, but I think we're gonna learn about you here. So fast talk. Let's start with Kib Montalbo. Number 1, who's the hardest player to guard?
My position?
Anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If anywhere, Thirdy. Mabigat si Thirdy.
Wow.
For me.
Wow.
No cap yun. As in, sinasabi ko talaga. Pero sinasabi ko talaga, like, yeah, nahirapan ako kay Thirdy. Pero nasa-challenge ako every time na match up ko siya. Kasi malaki siya eh, compared sa akin. Pero if sa position ko, I would say Aljon Melesio, my fellow teammate. Sobrang hirap talaga depensahan kahit sa practice lang. Siya talaga nakaka-breakdown sa akin lagi. Kaya if I had to choose kung sino hardest to guard ever sa UAAP, I would say na parang Aljon, my teammate. Hirap depensahan.
Okay. 2013 or 2016 na championship?
2016.
Aljon or Andre? Tag.
Do we need to choose?
Yeah.
Yes.
Both, man. No cap yun. Both.
No cap.
Wala,
Both.
hindi
Like,
fair, patas.
yeah, fair. Kasi,
Parang hindi yata yun yung sinasabi ni Aljun. Joke. Tropa
kasi
natin.
parang since nag-champion kami noon, kami talaga yung close.
Wait
Diba
lang,
may parang love team nga, may ship kayo nun, diba?
Eh, may group nga kami.
Oo, yung tinatawag ng mga fans. Ano
Yeah.
yung pangalan nun?
Mount Carmel.
Yun, si Mont Carmel. Montalbo, Karakot, Melesio. Yun. Mont Carmel.
Okay, anyway, next question. Dirtiest player you have played against? And okay lang kung yung player na yun nandito sa, sa meeting na to.
Dirtiest player?
Mm-mm.
No cap.
Siguro yung... kasi lagi
Ano?
tayo nagkakalaban, Thirds eh. Ikaw talaga masasabi ko. Kasi lagi kami nagbabangga... lagi talaga kami nagbabanggaan ni Thirdy. As in,
Dirty
lagi
ba?
talaga kami nagbabangga... As in, lagi kami nagbabanggaan. Nakita mo yung highlights natin yun, yung sa halftime, yung binangga kita.
Oo.
Masaktan ako nun, Kib. Sobra.
Dirty
Ibang ano lang
player
yan.
ka pala eh.
Pero hindi siya dirty eh. Pero wala... Ay, meron pala, pare.
Sino?
Pero, dirtiest player. Pero magkaibigan na kami ngayon ha. Si Ron Denison.
Ron.
Pare. Wala. Wala talaga makakatalo dun.
Agree. Ang galing din niya eh, no?
Pero magaling siya, despite, kaya hindi ko gets yung nagaganon siya kasi yung galing niya.
Mas nakakaasar lang.
Basta nakakaasar lang na, bro, okay ka na sa offense eh. Kailangan mo ganyan. Yeah.
Okay.
I probably say Ron Denison. Di pala si
So,
Thirdy.
30.
Yeah.
So, Ron Denison or
Ron
30.
Denison, yeah.
Off the hook,
Okay.
off the hook.
Next, I don't know if nasagot mo na to kanina, pero let's see. School mo if not Lasal.
Ateneo siguro, yeah.
Sure na.
Okay, so if you weren't a basketball player, what would you be doing?
Student first.
Student.
After. Grabe naman.
Probably doing business. Yung papatuloy ko siguro yung business namin sa Bacolod. Businessman. Yeah. Yung
Entrepreneur.
walang basketball. Yeah.
Wow.
Coach Juno or Coach Alden?
They both have their own strengths and weaknesses. Na-realize ko kay Coach Juno nun, how to be a role player, and which helped me a lot. Coach Alden, I would say siguro na both sila, pero I gotta give more credit to Coach Alden since doon talaga na lumabas yung laro ko. Like, di talaga ako makikilala as Man of Steel or di ko alam. Like, you would really know me as Kib Montalbo if hindi ako nabigyan ng chance ni Coach Alden to play for his squad nung 2016. Yeah.
Okay. Next naman, who is your NBA or PBA player comparison?
NBA, I would go with Patrick Beverly. Tapos PBA, Chris Ross.
Ooh. Actually, good comparison.
Yeah, I could see myself
Chris
nung bata pa siya kasi wala pa siya shooting dati noon eh. Like, pero mas mas malaki lang talaga siya sa akin. Mas maliit lang ako. So I can see myself na kasi hustle player din siya eh. Wala na siya pakina kung makascore siya or hindi.
Okay, Kib. SJ Belanghel or Marc Nonoy? Kasi pareho daw galing Bacolod. Sino mas kukunin mong point guard?
I would go with SJ now. Galing na talaga ni SJ ngayon. Veteran na siya gumalaw. And grabe yung development ng shooting niya. And siguro si Nonoy is a rookie. And for sure, he's a scary dude in the upcoming years. With his speed and talent. Grabe yung potential ng bata. Pero if you want me to choose na, I would go with SJ first kasi naka-champion na yan eh. Iba talaga pag naka-champion eh.
Eto to, may follow-up question ako. Who's faster, you or Marc Nonoy?
Nonoy! Crazy fast. As in, na-experience ko to sa D-League. Kasi syempre, pag naglalaro ako, parang never pa ako nakatapat na mas mabilis sa akin eh. Like, ako talaga yung mabilis. Tapos nung nakalaban ko siya, pag fast break, ano ko na sana siya, ikakat. Sabi ko, wow, for the first time na-realize ko na may mas mabilis sa akin. Si Nonoy, mas mabilis si Nonoy. Bata pa talaga yun.
So yun,
Grabe no, parang nakalaban mo siya thirds, di ba? Parang
Oo,
walang break,
pare.
no?
Parang accelerate lang yung nasa kotse niya eh.
Fifth gear agad eh, no?
Kamusta yung niya? Kamusta strength niya?
Actually, medyo matigas siya for his size. I mean, just comparing him to his fellow rookie, Renz Abando. Si Renz kasi medyo diba mas payat. Pero considering na mas maliit pa si Mark sa kanya, tigas din ang katawan ng bata.
Grabe yung mga player ni Coach Alvin, mga ganyan talaga na type, no? Defender.
Pang karera ng daga. Oo.
Buti na lang to, di mo nabutan yun.
Parang mga, alam mo yun, parang wild dogs na bigla mong binitawan sa eh. Oo,
Grabe.
Ganun sila.
Bilis, sobra. Match up po yun, Ton. Match up natin yun doon. Buti, hindi ko na nabutan yun.
Hindi ko babantayan yun.
Ako po si Anton pa.
Bilis nun.
May okay lang.
To cap it all off, do you have any advice for aspiring athletes, especially for the younger generation, especially you being a role player, player from Bacolod, star player from the province, moving to Manila, yada yada yada?
Yeah. I would siguro yung best advice ko na bibigay sa kanila, like be patient. Like especially sa mga kasi pag role player ka sa provinces, you would see yourself na parang, uy, baka wala na akong chance yan kasi hindi mo nga ma-dominate dyan sa Bacolod or Kasalman province. Like, how much more sa Manila? Like, for me, they just have to be patient and, put in the work sa practice. And eventually, once may binigyan ka na ng chance ng coach mo or, ng opportunity ng coach mo, then grab it. For sure, hindi ka ilalagay ng coach mo sa position na hindi ka ready. So they gotta see it from you first, and just be patient, and your time will come.
All right,
that's perfect.
Like that.
I think if you look at how you play, how Thirdy's journey went, how Anton's journey went, even how Mark's journey went, parang patience is really important. No?
Actually, I really said that kasi I think part of being a college player is to be patient talaga. Kasi hindi naman pwede na parang first year mo. Hindi ka naman si Thirdy Ravena, hindi ka naman si Anton Asistio nung first year mo eh. Like, sino ba tayo nung mga first year tayo? Wala talaga. So, nakikita ko kasi ngayon mga younger generation na parang nadi-discourage, parang, alam mo yung mawala lang sa team or parang ma-down lang, wala na kagad. So, I think they just gotta realize it na they will have their time and they just need to be patient about it.
Shucks, Kib, sana sinabi mo yan sa akin nung grade 3 ako, tapos nag-reply. Hindi ako mapasok ng team.
Nag-give up agad si Colin eh.
Nag-give up na ako eh. Iba na mga pinuntan ko eh. Si Thirdy kasi
ikaw naman bumubuhat sa atin ngayon, kaya yung patience mo, bro. Binuhat mo tong buong podcast natin. So
talking na lang ako, man.
Pero solid yung podcast. Nagpa-plan din kami actually.
Ooh.
Ni May Aljon tsaka ni Andre.
Talaga.
Nice.
Si Aljon daw plano ng podcast.
So yung title niya, No Cap, Solid. Ganda.
Sa inyo,
sa inyo?
Pare, si Aljon 3 beses na beses na kami in-India noon. Kasi magsushoot na kami, tapos bigla siyang mawawala. Hindi mag-reply, hindi mag-ano.
Si Aljon daw.
Wala mo kausap yan sa text. Busy yan eh. Businessman yan sa province nila.
Businessman.
Kala ko piano siya.
Yung isang beses may piano daw siya, kaya siya di nakasulpot sa amin.
May piano?
Oo, piano.
Lukuhin ko nga siya. Kaya wala ka. Piano? Yung piano sinasabi mo.
Tuto daw mag-piano eh.
Okay, man. So, Kib, thanks so much for joining. Thank you for being a good sport and joining us. We wish you luck as you move forward sa pag-aaral mo sa PBA when that does come around. So Thirds, Mark, Anton, and me, thank you for joining the second episode of the No Cap podcast, and we out.
We out, baby.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you, bros.
Solid,
Appreciate it.
solid.